Hello everyone and welcome back. Hope things are well. Here it is, a brand new signing for Newcastle United. We have agreed personal terms with James Trafford from Burnley. It has happened before. We have went in for Burnley's goalkeeper when they got relegated from the Premier League. We got Nick Pope for around that £15 million mark, and here we are again 2 years later in the exact same scenario where we are looking at Burnley, a team that has just been relegated from the Premier League, and we want their goalkeeper, James Trafford, someone who has, of course, won the under-21 Euros with England, a goalkeeper who has actually been basically put out of Burnley's team, so he's been dropped as the number 2, and now Newcastle are keen on him. Newcastle want to bring him in. And as I just said there, it has actually been announced by Fabrizio Romano that personal terms have been agreed to bring him into this football club. The player side of things is done. It's just about Newcastle now agreeing a fee with Burnley where both teams are happy, and then we can complete the signing. And straight away, I expect this signing to happen. I don't think anything bad will go wrong. This is a sign that I expect to come in. And I'll be shocked if something pops out of nowhere now. I know you've seen the likes of Tosin Adebayo when we had a real good position to bring him in. Then all of a sudden more teams come in. But in his case, in his scenario, he was a free agent. He had the power of basically using teams so he can get a better move for himself. Whereas in this case, James Trafford basically has to leave Burnley. He's just been relegated to the Championship. He won't have that much demand. I don't think there'll be much demand for this player. So for Newcastle's case, it makes a lot of sense, and I'm going to say it straight away. I actually think this is a good signing. I've seen fans either be negative towards us saying, "Oh, don't sign him, he's rubbish," or I've just seen fans going, "This is such a negative signing. Why are we bringing Trafford in?" But let me ask you a question straight away. What would you rather have? Would you rather have a James Trafford who's, in his early 20s, or would you rather have a 35-year-old Martin Bradker who was seen last season? We know this guy is not great. Now, I'm going to be negative for a second here. So let's just assume that the fans who say James Trafford's crap, he's not going to do anything in Newcastle. Let's believe him for a minute. Let's go, you know what? He comes into this football club, he has a number 2. Let's say Nick Pope gets injured again, then Trafford has to come in and he doesn't perform well. The worst case scenario for Newcastle, I still think we can sell this guy for about £10 million. So if you're bringing him in for around £15 million, and let's say he has a bad time at Newcastle and we need to sell him, I still think we'll get around £10 million. So if you ask me the question, would I take the gamble on him? Yes. And I don't even think it's that much of a gamble because he's coming in as a number 2. He's not meant to be number 1. Gradually over time, I think the idea is over the next maybe 2 to 3 years, he will graduate and become that number 1 at Newcastle. But for now, he's just here to be backup. He's not here to be that wow factor and to show off and for you guys to watch and go, "Oh my God, it's such a good sign." He's not here to do that. He's here just to be on that bench and then to start gradually coming in. We've seen it like Lewis Hall. And I think the biggest example I can think of since the takeover is when we signed Anthony Gordon. How many fans, when we heard the Gordon links from Everton, you look at the guy's stats and you're going, "Oh, £40 million for this, what are we doing?" Just look at where we are now. And I know as fans, you can look at it, and myself at times I look at a site and I'm going, ooh, is that something we should be doing? But then a year or two later, you're looking back and going, "Oh, well, what a fantastic deal that was." These people know more than us, and that's just the truth straight away. I can say what I want in my videos, and you guys can comment what you want down in my comments section. But the truth is, Eddie Howe, Manta, the ownership know more about players than we do. We've got scouts there. We don't have a director at the minute, but we're supposed to have a director that is there to do his job. And then all these individuals have the background, have the pedigree, and know what players they're going for. And I think James Trafford is a smart purchase for £15 million. I don't think that's a bad sign at all. And I would come out now in this video and I'll be bold and I say that I actually think this is a good sign for us. I think it's a good move for what we are trying to do. And this is a player that already has European experience. He's already won the Euros. I know Burnley hasn't quite been able to get game time, but I felt like it was just a weird move for Burnley to make, because obviously they signed Trafford to be the number 1, but this guy has no Premier League experience, so you kind of dumped him in a deep end where Burnley are up there with the worst defences in the league. And that is the worst thing that a young goalkeeper can experience, having no protection from his back line. He knows when he goes into matches with Burnley, he's going to be facing 8, 9, 10 shots a game. And once he concedes one, he head for a drop. He just hasn't got the confidence playing for Burnley. And you can understand his point of view, why things will be hard. So when he joined Newcastle, yes, we conceded a shed load of goals last season, but we're bringing new defenders in. That is a key area that we'll focus on in this window. And there will still be times where he has to turn up and has to make that big save for Newcastle. But it's more likely he would do that for us than he did at Burnley. And with confidence, I mean, to be fair, Newcastle got a good goalkeeper coach. He's got a lot of experience there. He'll come in. He'll come in and do a job. And I'm expecting James Trafford to gradually, over time, become a good goalkeeper for us. And for £15 million, yes, as I said before, it's not a sign that's going to light the world on fire, but I think it is a good deal. And it allows us to spend a lot more money, especially on that right-hand side of the attack. It allows us on the FFP to target the areas where you are desperately needing. With a bit of luck, we can survive without the goalkeeper situation because of Nick Pope, and hopefully stay fit for most of the season, if not all of it. We wouldn't have to worry about a second goalkeeper, but of course, we aren't guaranteed anything, so we need 2 goalkeepers there, ideally, and then we can focus elsewhere. We can look on that right-hand side of the attack and bring somebody like a potential Elise in, where you spend a lot of money on a key marking signing, and it's because of the smart money that was spent in these sort of areas where it allows Newcastle to utilise the big money in those key areas of the pitch. And this signing, for me, it's a win-win situation. If he's bad and if it goes wrong, just sell him and get a decent amount of money back for me. We wouldn't lose much money on him. He's not a player we would lose a lot of value on because he's young, he's English, he'll still do a job somewhere if he doesn't do a job here. So let's back him, let's believe in him, and let's get excited for our first actual proper signing here. A free agent so far with Lloyd Kelly, and now a first paid signing with James Trafford. So let me know your thoughts down below. I'll imagine it'll be mixed opinions. I've seen it all over social media, but I'm going to defend this kid. I think he can do a job for us, and I think it's a good move. Now, the only thing I'm not going to defend is the fact that Romano's bringing us out at bloody 11 PM. I'm currently recording this video at 2 in the morning. I want to go to bed, so that's the only thing I'm not going to defend. I would rather us get these signings out during the day. But listen, it is what it is, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you can achieve at this football club. But moving on to some more transfer news now, there's a lot of talk surrounding Sean Longstaff. So, of course, Sean Longstaff is a different player compared to other ones due to the fact that he's a homegrown talent, which means that if Newcastle sells Sean Longstaff, all of the money we would get for him would be pure profit, which means under financial fair play, Newcastle will be allowed to spend more money. So let's give you a scenario here. Let's say we have Sean Longstaff and Joe Willock standing in front of you. We can sell both of these players now for £25 million. Now, in that case, Sean Longstaff would be a much better player to sell because we'd be allowed to spend more than that £25 million. Whereas with Joe Willock, it's a different story. So that's why Sean Longstaff is a much better asset to sell. Not to mention, obviously, fans aren't the biggest fan of him. But for me, I've always been someone that I defend Sean Longstaff as well. For me, he's not a player that should be starting every single week, but the problem last season was he had to start every single week, and he was hurt half the time as well, so no wonder the guy was playing crap. I mean, he wasn't even 100%, we were just playing him 90 minutes every single week. He was so worn down. I don't know what else you can expect. The guy was always going to be playing crap, but yeah, it is what it is. But the reason why I mentioned Sean Longstaff is because it's now been reported that Leicester City are interested in bringing him in for £15 million. Now, one thing I was surprised by was actually the amount of people that said, yes, sell Salah, driving there myself, straight away accept the deal. Now, you're entitled to think that we should sell Longstaff. That's fair enough. I'm not going to disagree with you either. I think if a good offer comes in for Longstaff, he's a player that I would potentially be saying yes to. I think we should sell. But he is definitely worth more than £15 million. There's no way in hell a guy in his middle 20s, English midfielder, is going to be worth £15 million. Longstaff has got Champions League experience. He's played most of Newcastle's games last season. Regardless of what you guys think about Sean Longstaff as a player, you can't argue that he's not an important asset to the team. his appearances and his contributions prove it. He plays all the time for Newcastle, and I know when Tonali comes back, it'll be a completely different story. But Eddie Howe loves this guy. He loves him quite a lot, and we know he's an important player at this club. So he is important for us, and he's worth more than £15 million. I think if we get anything less than £25 million, I would say no. Has to be minimum £25 million for me to be worth selling. So let's say we do sell Longstaff now for £15 million. On the FFP, who are we buying with that money? I know we get a bit more to spend, but even then, you're talking James Trafford. That's the price you get if you sell Longstaff for £15 million. That's what you get with that value in today's money. So £15 million may seem like a lot, but it's not actually that much. So for me, it has to be 25 at least, who are looking to sell him. But if not, I would not sell Leicester City, and that's my personal opinion. But I was actually quite surprised by just the volume of people that wanted that Longstaff deal to happen now for £15 million, actually wanting to help one of the newly promoted teams in the Premier League and just give them one of our players. Nah, I personally disagree with that, but you guys are more than entitled to disagree with me and then change your opinions on that. But those were the two main topics in this video. If you don't mind me, I want to head to bed. But chances are, I knew, especially today, I think there'll be more news that will come out. So chances are in the afternoon, there'll be a second upload. So I want to get this one up. So a bit of exciting news for you in the morning when you go into work, going to uni, whatever it may be. There's a bit of transfer news for you. This is happening. Let me know your thoughts down below. And it's just something a bit different for you, get the day started. So hope you enjoy yourselves. I'll probably see you later on today, but if not, I'll be back tomorrow. I wish you all the best. I'm saying good night because I'm going to bed, but all of you enjoy whatever you're getting up to.